During the 17th and 18th century, the British colonies had a Great Awakening, also known as the Great Awakening. The human beings that were a part of the British colonies made a decision that they no longer wanted to be oppressed by the British and by the hierarchy of the church. The humans as a whole came together to say that we want freedom and we want it now. What we are experiencing today, right now on planet Earth, is the great, perhaps the greatest awakening that has ever occurred in human history. Now, this awakening has nothing to do about ethnicities. This awakening is the time that the human beings are taking back their power. See, this revolution that's occurring on planet Earth is not just occurring in America. Look at Hong Kong, for example. They are protesting for their freedoms. They are protesting for their rights. On this segment, I want to explain and show how what we are going through has nothing to do about division, but it has everything to do about unity. Let's dive deep into this segment. Wait a minute, pause. Woo! The power has been with you all along. Almost a year now, me and my wife have got in front of this camera, trying to the best of our ability to express to all that have the ears to hear and the eye to see that we were getting ready to go from a shift in consciousness. What the power structure of this world, not just in America, but of the world, was attempting to do to all humanity was to keep our conscious awareness bottlenecked and very small so that they could control us, the whole of humanity, by dividing us. For so long on planet Earth, we have been divided through religion. The Muslims, not all, again, some would say that you are wrong for being Christian, and the Christians say that you are burning in hell to be Muslim, and the Buddhists had their opinions, and so on and so forth. We even had divisions amongst the North and the South. I remember, I was a part of it. Those Yankees, you know? What you're seeing happening in planet Earth today is that the human beings, those that choose to be connected to all things, are making their minds up and making a decision to say, enough is enough. We have been separated from classes, rich, poor, educated, non-educated, black, white, those that may be people who can go off and be entrepreneurs versus workers, supervisor versus employees. We have created so many structures of division that we as the human beings have forgotten our identity. We forgot that before we are Republican or Democrat, before we are Muslim or Christian, before we are black or white, before we are ugly and pretty, we were first human beings. Now, I've always made this statement to so many people, and I hope that you hear me now. Don't perceive what you're seeing on the media. Don't perceive what you're seeing outside of your door as the world is going into chaos. Perceive it as birthing pains. See, a woman carries a child for 9 months, and it's pretty complicated. But the hardest point of the woman's birth is the day of the birth, right? she cramps and she has to push in the midst of pain. And what comes out of that misery, what comes out of that pain is the birth of something new. What you're seeing all over planet Earth, the protests in Venezuela, the rebellions in Hong Kong, the protests in America. Yes, they probably perhaps use their awareness to pinpoint it to one specific thing, police brutality, which is an issue in America, racism, which is an issue in America. But what they're saying more than anything is the norms are no longer serving humanity. Now, you have two choices on this journey. One, you can go down with the ship, and that ship is going down. In Arabic, the word is maktub, which means it is written. See, the Native Americans, the Hopi, they had a prophecy. And this was during the times that they were being pushed off of their lands. They were being oppressed themselves. They had a prophecy that one day the rainbow children, that's the children of all ethnic backgrounds, would come together to put an end to this matrix structure that you're seeing today on planet Earth. And when you're watching on that TV screen, look at the multiple generational age difference of all of those individuals that are saying enough is enough. Even the police themselves, which some that are so dualistically mind-framed like to say it's all, but it's never all or nothing. In this reality, we live a duality. It's like the yin and yang. Inside of the darkness, there's light, and inside of the light, there's darkness. Our job is to be balanced within the middle and say we stand for love. We stand for peace. We stand for harmony. We stand for joy and prosperity for all. For so long, we have been identifying ourselves with a country. I want you to think about this. To show how programmed we are. In reality, there is no such thing as borders. There are man-made ideologies. You have people on planet Earth, and I'm going to speak about North America. I'm going to speak about America today. They have the audacity, because we are Americans, to say that the people from Mexico should not come into our land. Now stop and pause and listen to this for a moment. Now this is going to offend a lot of people, but who cares? Because there's only one or two sides that you can choose, one of division and one of unity. America was founded on a principle called manifest destiny. I'm gonna give you some time in case you want to do your little Google check. Manifest destiny, the definition was the God-given right for a particular group of human beings to conquer in the name of their God. That means conquer by killing, murdering, burning, ravishing, all things possible, to control from the east coast of what we call today America to the west coast, which came about and created the Trail of Tears. It moved people who were originally from this land from their own homes. They were massacred. They were killed by the millions. Their homes were burnt. Their lands were stripped from them. And then years go by, and we say as Americans, we had nothing to do with this, but we have Thanksgiving. Now remember how Thanksgiving came about. The colonizers came to this country, came to America in the name of their God to conquer all. And in the midst of them doing it, they did not know how to fertilize the soil to grow harvest for them to eat. The same group that those colonizers were going to conquer later, before they conquered them, those Native Americans, that means those that are originally from this land that I'm standing on today, they helped those people out of love from their consciousness to learn how to place fish into the soil to fertilize it so that they could grow a harvest even during the winters. And in return for that to be thankful for, when their boats came back from England, they gave those people that just saved their wives, saved their husbands, saved their children, saved their mothers, saved their aunts, saved their family members, okay? They gave them the coats from the dead man who had smallpox on their boats. Let me say that again. As a thank you, they killed the people who helped them. What I'm saying right now is, us in America, us that the land of what we call the free, we have a lot of people that we owe debts to. We have a lot of human beings on planet Earth that we owe our all to. Because for a very long time, if we're going to be truthful, we were the terrorists. Let me say that one more time. We were the terrorists. Now, if you did not participate in terroristic activities like myself, but I reap the benefits of the terroristic things that we've done in America, then I am also a part of the problem. Now, I can hold my head down and say, oh man, I can't believe that I participated in this process. Or I could do my part to say enough is enough. It is time to bring unity to planet Earth. It is time for us to get off of our behinds right now, to put the final dagger in this matrix. Because this matrix does not love you, whether you are black, whether you're a Republican, whether you're white. The only thing they love from you is your ability to serve them. And that them is a very small minority to the whole of planet Earth. You guys, this battle is not just physical, this is a mental battle, and this is a spiritual battle that must be won. Even in the Bible, we've learned about the war of Armageddon, which is occurring now on planet Earth. It is the time that the good stand up against the evil that has been in control of planet Earth for the longest. These are the days, the time is now. What we have to stand upon is love and nothing more. Nothing less nor nothing more. And take back this world for our children's children. Ladies and gentlemen, this here is the Great Awakening. And there's going to be hard times. It's going to be pain. It's going to be sadness. It's going to be, I don't know what to do. Because the humans that came before us that made the world as peaceful as it is today, they had to sacrifice. They did not stay in their homes on their 56-inch TV, clicking this TV station to make a change happen on planet Earth. Some fought, some died, some are not here to tell the story. But we are the descendants of those people who stood for truth. We are the descendants of those that said, we all are free from oppressions. When I say we all, I mean all of humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, make your choice. Choose your side. And I pray that you stand on the side of love. I pray that you do not cling on to those that are oppressing so that you can benefit from it. Because the sins of the Father fall upon the Son. And now it's time for us to allow the love of the Father, to fall upon the Son. So that the seeds that are being planted will be a beautiful harvest for all of us to eat. And then this time, we'll have a Thanksgiving that's truly to be thankful for. Like I always say, ladies and gentlemen, live, love, and laugh. And namaste, namaste, namaste. Peace. I had to throw this into you real quick. I had to go ahead and tell you the truth about this country that we live in. Although you learned it through school, we called conquering instead of terrorism. But the same people that are overseas, what we call the Muslims that have Sharia law, they're doing the same thing that we did to conquer this land here in America. So if we call that bad, then we must stand on knowing and understanding that what we did here is bad. Slavery in this country was bad. A lot of people are still living from the wealth from the backs of those that suffered and died so that they can have the land that people rent out from them today. We have to take responsibility, and it's hard, I know, but we have to take responsibility for the sins of our fathers, no different than the sins that we are acquiring today. And we have to take responsibility for the burning of the cities. We have to take responsibility for the deaths by your own hands. You have to take responsibility for those that swear an oath to the badge, to protect and serve, that are killing. We have to take responsibility for the negative words that proceed from our mouth. We have to take responsibility for our actions, and today is the day. I just had to throw that in for you guys. Stop identifying with things that are of wickedness. We've done it for too long. Playtime is done. Peace.